What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Satisfactory. Now, I've been working hard here. I started adding to my mall over here, and I've still got some work to do on that power center over there. However, it is producing just a ton of juice. Now, I added another row over to this side of my shopping mall. We've got some rotors going on with rotor production in the back. We've got some steel beams, and steel beams, of course, are what's going to be used to make the steel belts, so those are very important. And then over here, some steel pipes, which are kind of the steel equivalent to the rods, and they're used in just absolutely everything. Now, a couple things I want to get done today. The steel here, of course, I'm not running the steel all the way over yet, so what I've done is just put a storage unit here, and every time I come back from the steel and power area, I just load up with steel and just dump it into this storage, and that is what's feeding these guys. Now, I've got one big problem right now. I'm just constantly running out of power over here now, as I'm just draining a ton of it, and I've got a ton of juice just right over there, but I have yet to connect it all up. I started working on it, but I ran out of materials partway, and I wasn't able to get it finished. Now, there is just so much power coming out of this side over here, and I've only got it half built. I kept adding on more and more coal generators just to see how much just that one coal line was going to handle, and I still haven't hit that number yet. So I've got a bunch of coal generators in operation over here, and to be honest with you, mostly going to waste since I don't have this power connected all the way up yet. Definitely a nice scenic Sunday afternoon walk here through the lush terrain of the desert planet. Now let's see here. It looks like we ended off. Oh, I was close. I didn't think I had actually made it this far, but yeah, it looks like I am really close. Are you kidding me? One pole? Is that? I think all I needed was one pole. Let's see. Well, let's connect it up. Head on over this way. Let's see, I think that's probably good enough as a breakpoint. And then we should be full on connected now. Did it connect up? Wire's too long. Alright, so no, I need one more pole here, which is fine. And there we go. Now, as you see, oh, another thing. I finally made that Xeno Basher. I've yet to smack anything with it, but it's the improved weapon. Now, as you see here, our capacity is 840 megawatts. Let's crank it all on and see what we're using. So we're producing 840 megawatts now. We're only using 100 and say 200. Actually, I bet it'll go up as high as like 220 if everything's kicked on at the same time. But that is off of this bit of coal generation. So as you see, we've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 16 coal generators going off of just that one line. And as you see, it's still backing up. So, I mean, I could continue these coal generators down. I was actually thinking about putting 20 and then another 20 off of that other line over here for 40, which will give me a huge amount of power pre-oil. Now, of course, once I get into oil, oh, it's a whole nother ballgame then. I will be making quite the power generation complex. But this is what I've got going so far. So, I mean, I've still got one coal line right here that is just completely unused at the moment. And, you know, I'll be anxious to get that squared away, of course. Now, on the same note, I am not using all of the iron that's coming up. So, I mean, I could add on to the steel production as well. However, if we take a look at my steel storage units, I'm doing pretty darn good just off of what I have. As, you know, even completely filling my inventory with steel every time I come out here is still more than sufficient. So, I mean, I do want to belt this stuff over to the main production area, but I'm not quite ready to do that. I'm going to have quite a few more steel the steel plates or steel beams made, and the automation process for that is really just begun. Now let's go ahead and load up on steel just to transport it back over, and let's head back over and take a look at our next research tiers. Alright, and we have made it back over. You see our biogens just blinky winking. I'm not going to go cut the grass any longer, and actually eventually I will probably just tear all of this stuff out. You know, obviously these two are attached, but you know what, I'm even going to just save the biofuel just in case I need it for something else. Now, to get this next research tier unlocked, we have to complete the second shipment through the space elevator. And that particular shipment is going to be 150 motors and 500 frames, I believe it was. And the frames I actually have already completed. So all I've got left to do is make these 150 motors. So anxious to get this last space elevator shipment sent, as in the current state of the beta, I will have all of the space elevator milestones complete from that point. Now let's go ahead and dump off all this steel here. Keep our little steel production facility flowing here, even though it is less than ideal. And we've got to make a bunch more motors. And I have some motors made. Let me see. What do I have and what do I need? See, I've got 100 motors made, so I need to make 50 more. See, to make 50 more motors, I've actually got the stators made already as well. So all I need is, what, 100 rotors. 100 rotors, and it is GG. So let's just snag those 100 rotors from right there and get these last 50 engines made here. Or motors, pardon me. And get this last space elevator milestone unlocked. And there we go. Motors are complete. Let's go ahead and send this packet off and then see what kind of research we get now from the next two tiers. Of course, we're going to have oil production. Now, one of the things that I really love about these styles of game are the power generation. I just love putting together huge power generation networks, and without a doubt, I am going to completely overkill it with the oil, and I am looking forward to that. I've still yet to finish the coal. And there we go. So that is our last milestone that we can actually complete as far as the space elevator goes. And off it goes in this stage of early access. Now, of course, we're supposed to be getting an update next month. And, you know, there's several milestones that are going to be coming. But let's see, we've now unlocked tier 5 and 6, which is all that's left in the early access state at this moment. We've got oil production. We've got industrial manufacturing. Computers, manufacture 3 or 4 parts. Wow, some 3 and 4 part manufacturing. Caterium electronics. And there's where that supercomputer comes into play. High-speed connectors. AI limiter. We are definitely... Oh, a smart splitter. Splits conveyor belts in 3. You can set a rule for which part should go to the left and which part should go to the right. That's super cool. Let's take a look and see what we've got in Tier 6. Expanded power infrastructure. And there is that fuel generator for the oil. So I am going to go overboard with that. And oh man, we got Mark IV conveyor belts. 450 resources per minute. Wow. See, we got a jetpack in here. Now, I've heard people have mixed emotions about the jetpack. It like allows you to jump a little bit higher, but it's not like a jetpack like you would think. And then we've got the gas mask, which will allow us to go into those poisonous zones without any issue. So, I mean, first things first, it's all about the oil, right? So we've got to get the ability to scan for crude oil, and that will be just a huge step forward. Now, obviously, I've got a lot of stuff to make. I've got to make 50 more motors, 50 more modular frames. I've actually got the wire and the cable just sitting here, so that part of it will be easy mode. Let's go ahead and knock those out, actually. We'll get the 50 and 50 done. I've actually got 23 modular frames already completed. So let's get that stuff just crafted up from the mall here and get this milestone knocked out in this episode. That way we can just get an idea of how far away the oil is. So let me go ahead and spin up all this stuff. Alright, we've got the last of our motors finished out. Now I'm definitely going to want to get those motors automated at some point here, as we're just using a ton of them. So let's go ahead and load up our stuff, and oil processing is now a go. Now,
milestone reached. Oil acquisition and refinement.
The biggest thing for me at this point is just finding where the oil is, as I still do have to finish the coal production. Or the coal energy generation, and where we're at right now, I mean, we've just got tons and tons of power, so I've been in great shape there. But let's see where it is at. Please don't be too far. The ping is out. Oh wow, it's a long way off because it's just not coming back yet. Holy crap. 1,700 meters. I guess that wasn't terrible then. So it looks like we've got 2 oil nodes over there that are really close to each other. And those really are it. So 1,700 meters that away. Now there will be a scouting trip in order to figure out exactly how we want to go to get to this. But we now have the ability to get oil started. So I will probably finish the coal power plant offline, but I will definitely show you all exactly what I did over there as we get into the next episode. But that will do it for now, so thank you all a ton for watching. Make sure to click that like button, please subscribe, and I am looking forward to getting even deeper into some Satisfactory. Thanks again, I'll see you soon.